Hey everybody! Welcome back to Super Auto Pencilets. Oh, I just started a free-to-play. I can't abandon. They'll give me the abandoned hat. Okay, let's make it work. Okay, I know I said we were gonna go pay to win. That's my bad. I don't sweat this, man. I'll run triple crickets. Why not? If you lose early, who cares? Let me, dude. Precious Seeds. It's such a classic name. We used it twice. Can you believe it? Now, triple cricket, this is about to get destroyed, which is fine. We didn't lose by that much. The beauty of this is the ability to go up a level so easily. So what I would actually love to see is like a roll into... I was hoping we'd see some ducks. I'm just going to be honest. I don't really care that much about like getting a level 2 fish. I still think a fish is really good, but I think it makes a huge difference whether it shows up on turn 1 or turn 2. Like now, I'm ready to say bye-bye to a fish. I wanted to see some ducks. The fact that we killed Unant is very good for us. We'll trade with the cricket. I think we definitely win this, which is nice. I'd rather not lose 2 HP in the early game, even though it's not as catastrophic as it used to be. Hello. So... one of these for a badger? I think you could totally run it, man. I think you could absolutely run a badger at the back and try like a little honey badger strategy. Do I think that you could also maybe make a hedgehog work? There's a part of me that thinks that that might be plausible. I think you have to... sorry, I broke for a second there. Pardon me. I think you have to buy a dog. We don't have any other engine for guaranteed stats. As much as I'm like, you know, just like you. We're not so different, you and I. I'm also like done with like running a dog every freaking build. Like that doesn't interest me all that much. Holy crap, we draw? That's a lucky draw. You need something that gives you like future prospects, and that's exactly what this is right here. So let's give a little honey badger. I'm willing to give it a shot. Toss me a swan, very important part of this. That's not a swan. Toss me. You know what? I'm at least happy we got the buff, but if we don't see a fish, then I do think we're like, you know what? Yeah, sell me and buy me. This is not an efficient use of our finances. I'm happy with the... I guess it doesn't really matter. I think we could easily lose this round. I don't know why I bought that horse by accident. Well, I guess because it was an accident. So they have anti-honey badger technology. But it matters not. Look at that. We made it somehow. 2 wins. So right now, I think what's neat about a honey badger... and we're going to have to say goodbye to the spider. What's neat about a honey badger, though, is the idea that... as it stands, it works very well in its own right. And we're just doing the classic little buy-sell here. Or let's not say very well, because I can't back that up. But I think it works pretty well in its own right. Just as like, hey, if things go well, or if things go wrong, I should say. Well, I don't mind rolling a 4 squad. Then we at least have like something. This is exactly what I was about to talk about here. But the real beauty... I think we're going to... are we really going to dump a cricket to make this work? I bet we are. I bet we are. Okay, you come here then. The real beauty of this is if we get more badgers, we could buff and roll a stacked like level 2 badger in front of an ox that already has melon armor on it from us having pilled a unit in front of the ox to begin with, which is exactly what's about to happen. And then you can basically just roll like a suicide badger at the front that if it gets killed is going to take out whatever kills it, or perhaps even the thing behind it. So for now, the way you got to do this is we pill you. As much as you are a 4-6, but you're also not that impressive. Like, don't get a big head. Then we do this. 9-8. We're very unlikely to get to a tier 3 because we basically gave up on our or to a level 3. We gave up on our tier 1s getting to high levels, so I think we gotta say like that's not likely. No disrespect intended. I think this is a sell me. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You're not going to love the positioning here. But I think you run something like this, and then garlic armor on the dog. The sheep is probably not long for this world. The swan is underrated. Like, the swan has an equitable share of every win that you're seeing because of the extra financial value that it gives us. So I'm not disrespecting the swan in the slightest here, man. I would never. I would never. Interesting. Unfortunately for you, you bought a horse, and as a result, I will be taking my dub. Thank you. Rooster is very interesting. I think the problem that I have right now is how do we buff it? Maybe you freeze it for a second. And then, to be honest with you, considering the buff that we get here and then the buff we get there, I'm happy to keep you frozen. I'm happy to send this one. Because right now the duck is, or the dog, I should say, is a major part of the plan. We'll definitely can. But even though we canned, and I know this is helpful too, but even though we canned, we don't have to, like, put the rooster out right away. We can save up for some future cans, or some future roosters for that matter. So we killed the deer before it could get eaten by the whale, which is going to put a real damper on whatever they had going on. Now the whale eats nothing, and we get, like, the easiest win you're ever going to see in your life. I will admit, like, it's probably time to say that the honey badger can go. It served as a powerful deterrent. And that's about it, but I do appreciate, you know, what it's done for the organization here. Yeah, it's time, I think. I don't think we'll be rolling an ox long term, but the thing is, it's hard to say no to an ox right now because it's really helping cement these wins in the mid game. We might not even need to go to a late game if we just win right now. Honestly, rather than throw another unit out here, I would just can this rooster. We're operating on a new strategy right now, and the new strategy is literally just freeze a rooster and then can the crap out of it whenever you have spare gold. Dude, our positioning is so lucky. Never mind, we lose to a cow. Honey badger would have been pretty useful there, but you know what? We still got 6 HP. We don't sweat this quite yet. Don't need any of this. A turtle is always an interesting hold. These are getting to be pretty expensive buy-in sells on this beaver, but always like the stats, man. Always like the stats. I think you could probably try like a snipe build here. Nothing really fits. Just feed our dog a little bit. And now, it's funny, like before that loss, I was living the dream. Like everything in life was just looking great. Looking fantastic. Now I'm like, our squad is garbage, and then we just won one more game, and I'm like, this is the greatest squad we've ever had. Nothing could stop us. Why was I scared in the first place? Okay, I'm going to say goodbye, swan. I'm going to buy the monkey now to buff the dog. The swan served a very valuable purpose. I'm happy to have had it. The rooster continues to get buffed. Let's get a little strange. Let's sell this ox, which I think is pretty close to falling off, and roll 2 monkeys instead. Freeze this rooster. Roll me. Freeze me a scorpion, which is already looking kind of chunky. And we're going to roll, like, this is just a big dog and then many sniper build. And many in this case is 2. But we got a lot of space to... Oh, dude, the kangaroo going down is a huge help. And then not letting the whale eat anything is just, like, is just disrespectful. So we're really screwing up a lot of sequences right now. You love to see it. You love to see it. Let's go. Honestly, like, a lot of people are not going to like this because a level 2 rooster makes a lot of sense. But for the time being, I think we do our funky play from last time. And I honestly just really like this play. Just to be real with you. I know we got a lot frozen. But I'm a big believer that freeze is not as unutilitized. Please shoot the scorpion. Thank you. As you would think. And would you look at this, by the way? I'm just... Let's go. Saved. I'm just trying to point out. We got anti-scorpion technology going here, which is normally the thing that screws me up the most. So, 7 damage to 5... There's many ways to play this. I'm going to do perhaps the most basic first. And then I'm going to combine you. And I'm going to actually put a tiger behind the dolphin. I feel like the crocodile is very likely... I don't think... we got the whole shop frozen, man. It's embarrassing. Feel like the crocodile is very likely to kill the back unit. Oh my god. Let's go, dude. Holy crap. We're gonna lose anyway because their squad is freaking nutty, but that's, you know, we threw them for a loop there. Are we on lethality? We are on lethality. Okay. I think we have to... Honestly, no one's gonna like this. But I'm gonna sell my level 3 monkey because it's funny to me. And I'm going to spit out a scorpion. You got to unfreeze something, man. Like, we're... It's getting comical. I mean, if you wanted to be the ultimate memer, you would just throw a tiger behind the crocodile as well. But I really don't think it's actually relevant. I don't think it matters. So I don't think we've built the strongest squad. But I do think we built a squad that's kind of fun. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. Their dolphin has perished. A level 3 rooster, oh no! We draw these. I really... Oh, we lose these because of the parrot doing the chicken thing. Very clever! Very clever. I tip my bow of the hat and a tip of the waist to you. Okay. More power to you. That's a lot of fun. Anyway, we deliberately kind of memed it up a little, let's be honest. Now we're on pay to win. Roll me. Sure. This is a good squad. It's kind of like this is the classic early game squad. I'll be a warm... I mean, a warm tentacle is a funny thought, but hungry tentacle is a more menacing name. We seek to strike fear into the hearts of our enemies. It's just something I do. Funky Pong. Great name. The offensive streamers, excuse me. Couldn't be me. Not a fan. However... At least we can buy... We can actually make you into a 2-4 by buffing a fish. Which is kind of... Well, I guess we'll move you here, but... That's not so bad. I've come around on the ladybug a little bit. I think it gets carried... Because you buy food so often. Even... Like, it's nice that it gets a buff on food, even though it's not what's getting buffed by the food. I think that lets it hang around a little bit longer than some of the tier 1s that fall off faster. But... We still got some work to do here. This is not your dream shop. I would say you're rolling. I don't think we pill you yet, just to be honest. I think we give you meat, roll once. I'll buy a swan. That's no question. And then the other thing, I'm just gonna say it, man. I'm just gonna say it. I think you want a shrimp here. I don't think it's incredible. But I do think we're going to be selling some things. And if we're going to... Oh, this is nasty. If we're going to be selling some things, we might as well put a shrimp here just to make it a little easier. We'd love to see a puppy. That would really help us out. So we like that. That's fine. We are going to sell you. Appreciate it. This is an easy buy, followed by this. Okay, and a rabbit. I think you added for now. This is not your dream squad, but I'm kind of pleased with what we're doing given the circumstances. Which, like, this was not a 10 out of 10 start for us, even though we got those early 2 wins. So I'm pessimistic even now. Like, I don't know how... we're actually going to be fine. But I think that we're mostly just playing against a squad that's not that good right now. Like, their team is having the same struggles as us. Let's get some food in our bellies. I'll take it. It's not great, but I'll take it. And I'm just going to level with you. The rabbit is not long for this world. We could do a quick feed. So our fish is kind of our scaler. You're going to get sold. You're going to get bought. You're going to get sold. You're going to get a hatching chick. I like this. I honestly think for winning, I would dump the bat before the hatching chick right now. But the most impressive thing we could get is probably garlic. Garlic on our fish will... You piece. Garlic on our fish will solve a lot of problems. We draw these? I'm kind of stunned. Puppy is so... I think you could pivot the whole freaking game right here. I think you could say, okay, first off, you're going to want garlic no matter what. We're going to want 2 spaces. I think you probably keep a bat. I was trying to freeze that there. That would have been pretty nasty. I think you sell a swan first to get this last buff. Then you sell your shrimp. You buy a puppy. You need to have 2 gold remaining. You buy a caterpillar. Since you need 2 gold, we're just going to keep you frozen. That's so huge. And we'll stay here. Yeah, because the puppy needs to get the buffs as early as possible. So I'm not disappointed with this. We are basically banking on a single unit to win us the game right now, which is unlikely. Case in point. But I'm not too worried about it. It just takes a bit for the puppy and the caterpillar to pop, and then it's like, then we're sitting pretty. This is a big buy, honestly. Now we can't get anything else. Oh, whoa, though. Hold on. Roll once. Okay, just give me a minute to work with this, okay? I genuinely think this squad can get there. I think I'm you know, understanding, again, the power of the can. You piece. It didn't even matter. Okay, so don't lethal me. That's all I ask is, like, don't lethal me right now because we got a great thing going. Nice rhino. I would say can me. I would say can me. That'll take us to 4. We can't do that. I would say I'm going to sell our hatching chick. I'm going to buy a can. I'm going to go down to 2. This is how we're going to try to make it work. Okay, now those bats are just asking for some help, I know. Hatching chick rhino could have been... What the heck? A 25-25 pig? All right, congratulations. I've been bested in record time. That's just an embarrassment. I don't know what to say. Put me back in, coach. I'm ready to go. 2-3 is always nice. Sure, this is a dirty squad. It'll be the fussy hats. Like, you know, you ever see a hat on somebody, like maybe a bonnet with some fruit in it, and you're like, I bet that person's fussy. Look at their hat, man. KOTOR 69. What a name. KOTOR 69. Hold on. I think weirdly enough. Freeze me, roll me. No freeze is required. Now feed me. Because I'd rather you be a 2-4... 10, it sounds backwards, but I really mean this. I'd rather you be a 2-4 for this round than a 1-4 permanently. Even though HP is important, I just think the way that the buffs shake out here works better for me. I don't think it mattered at all as we go up against Morpheus. Orpheus still trying to make horses work. Dude, I didn't have a choice. It's turn 2. You had a choice. You're pot committed at this point? Sure, no disrespect. But come on, don't tell me you didn't have a choice. We're going to buy a dog. You basically have to, in my opinion. We get a lot of upside out of it as well. I think, as it sounds backwards, but I think we're going to buy the bat. It's really, really good. Okay, we're actually going to unfreeze that ant and dump it as soon as possible. We're going to get to a level 2 dog, apply garlic to it, and get 10 wins. How does that sound? Does that sound okay? If it works for you, it works for me. I'm a simple man. Now, we'll actually draw this round. But that's the end of that. I don't promise you yet, but I'm just saying it's pretty likely. Sure, yes, okay. The dog is getting, like, the exact optimum stat distribution, too. Like, it's all going to HP. Like, it seems like a 5'11 is not that impressive, right? And that's coming from somebody who's only 5'10. But honestly, like, if I asked you how much damage a 5'11 unit did, and you said 5, you would be wrong. It probably is going to do, like, 15. So, somewhere in the vicinity of 10 to 20 damage right now, let's say. So, honestly, the ants, let's not get blinded. Like, we know we're going to want to pill it, but if we can't get the pill right away, we give up something in, like, opportunity cost to wait for it. You can keep a turtle around for a little bit here. Holy bursh. I would totally be content doing like this. And then just throwing a dog out here for a minute. And then, honestly, we're probably better off on the combine. I know we're rolling 4 squad here, but, like, this is pretty good. A 6... I mean, now I'm at the point where, admittedly, I wouldn't mind if you did maybe, like, 11 damage instead of 6. But actually, 6 is, like, the magic number here, which is... It's actually comical how perfectly 6 was. Also, a great name. The Crunchy Streamers. Very, very funny. I absolutely think that you add a buffalo into the equation. This is like the dream squad. I mean, you're seeing it for yourself, I'm sure. But, like, genuinely, it's getting kind of comical. How good this is. So we'll just roll it like that for now. 824 garlic armor dog is just weird, man. Like, that's... The math is atypical, but you know what? We don't sweat that too much. Hey, nice try. Hey, nice try, you son of a... We gotcha! What is it, 6 wins? 5 wins? 5 wins. Look, I'm just being real with you. It's not... I don't think it's going to get too much harder once we actually get the caterpillar to pop. So we want, like, something like this. We don't need the hatching chick. We don't need it for scaling. Which is atypical. Normally, we do want it. Now, this is a tough one, because we could get way more buys and sells. Well, we can get 2 buys and sells, or we could fish for 1 good unit. I would rather... Honestly... I think I would rather just send a 4-3 out here and take my, like, my double-double buff. We need to keep the capacity rolling. It's so important. One of these days, by the way, you're not going to believe me, but one of these days, that bat is going to hit the right thing, and everybody who's like, you should sell the bat instead of the turtle will regret their words and their deeds. Maybe. Or maybe not. So the caterpillar's almost popped. I can't tell a lie, right? Like, this is the most... like, straightforward possible 10-win run you could basically ever ask for. It doesn't get any simpler than just keep a spot on your squad open and then just buy and sell repeatedly. It just works, right? Like, I don't even want to buy a pair, because a pair is 2-2. On every buy, we get, like... we get 4 stat points for 2 gold, because we can just sell the animal back right afterwards. Like, just to be honest with you, we haven't even really gotten close to a loss since that draw we had against those horses. So, like, it's going really well. Let's put it that way. The caterpillar has now popped. It's getting a little comical. Our dog is, like, max life. Like, you gotta get some... you gotta get the opposite of life, you know, here soon. You gotta get attack. We're gonna buff... Honestly, like, we kind of gotta buff the dog still, just because the caterpillar inherits its stats. I'll be real with you, man. Like, why don't you just toss me one of these? I'll be real with you again. Why don't you just, like, sell it afterwards? Doesn't bother me in the slightest. I'll keep. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. You got what I need. This is a really nasty squad to run into on, like, turn 10. You gotta feel... every once in a while it just happens, you get, like, the mega build. I'm not saying we can't lose, but it's, like, so statistically ahead of where it would need to be impressive at this stage of the game that, like, it almost doesn't even bear mentioning. Like, it's that obvious, I think. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to get a turtle to level 2. We have room though. Like, we have room to improve here. Freeze me just in case. Like, we really need to keep buying and selling for our buffalo. I don't really care. The dog is in a pretty good place, but like, it's maybe we're overthinking it. We're on 9 wins, no losses. This is like, I am now saying we will probably win. I think that's a reasonable case to make. We're too early to need melon armor, which is a wonderful position to be in. Okay. I'll just level. You don't really need a level 2 turtle anymore. And we don't really need to scale our buffalo that much anymore either. We can literally just roll this. I think there's an actual... Like, we did have a draw, but I think that this could very easily be a perfect. It could go wrong. You know, if we run into a scorpion... It didn't go wrong, by the way. We're going to... we're absolutely going to just rattle off 10 wins. That's... I had fun, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, that was just clinical. Like, that's the pay-to-win version of the turkey, tiger, fly. But I still had a great time. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. And for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!